Perfect.
All right. Well, good morning, family, staff. We're so excited to do a coffee with the principal. It feels like it's been a long time. Happy New Year. We haven't seen each other. I'm Mr. Pooley. I'm the proud principal at Savanna High School. Thank you again for joining us today. Mr. Moncio.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. Glad that everyone's here. Mr. Moncio, the proud principal, and I won't say assistant anymore. I'm getting used to the principal title here at Brookhurst. So I'm so glad to see that we have about 56 total people on this coffee with the principal. So very, very happy about that.
Absolutely. Miss Maria or Miss Adriana, you want to introduce the interpretation feature, please?
Yes, so for interpretation, if you need interpretation in Spanish, para interpretación en español, please click on the globe found on your screen. Por favor, presione el globo abajo de su pantalla o en su teléfono y haga clic en el globito donde dice interpretación y presione el idioma de español.
We're good to go?
We are.
All right. Well, before we kick off this coffee with the principal with all of our updates and agendas, we've got to give a shout out to our amazing BrookAnna counselors. It is National School Counseling Week. We are so thankful for their work with our students and our families, assisting them, guiding them, and helping our students get to that finish line and then being prepared for their next adventure. So thank you. They're going to have great reports later in this meeting as well. But we just want to make sure we recognize them. BrookAnna, we've been celebrating them throughout the week at campus on social media. We appreciate your comments that you've all dropped for them. And again, hats off to our counseling team and the support staff that's in the counseling centers as well. So thank you.
Yeah, I would like to also thank our counselors for doing an amazing job. I mean, we're so grateful for their service. We're grateful that, our students have, counselors with huge hearts. And it's not only here, it's also at Savanna. And I love how we work together to do what's, of course, number one, what's best for our students and then to help them out. So counselors, thank you very much for everything that you do, both Brookhurst and Savanna.
All right, let's keep rocking and rolling. All right, we already kind of took care of this, I think, early on there when we were waiting just getting set. So we appreciate that. If you're just joining in now, or whenever you join in, please just throw in the chat there your name and your student's name and the school they attend, just so we can connect. All right, folks. So today since we haven't done this in a while, we're got a little different, similar approach, but different flow of the approach this time. And today we're going to share, like usual, we'll just do a quick little COVID update where we are with our schools. Mr. Montu and I will take turns doing school reports, and then we'll turn it over to our counseling teams. At Savanna, I have Miss Angie Gomez in the house here from the city of Anaheim. She's gonna talk about Project Say. We've got Honey Herrera here and Ulysses to talk about ETS. And then we just have some district updates through Ms. Trujillo and Ms. Soto, so we can keep on rocking and rolling. So let's get after it. Gosh, it's not cooperating. Sorry. All right, folks. So we're still open and functioning and running, and there's been lots of, obviously, since we got back from winter break, COVID obviously has been shown its ugly head to us all for 6-7 weeks now. We're finally seeing that decline. We hope if your families were touched by it, it was mild and they got through it, as easy as possible. And all of our classrooms still have our filtration systems for air circulation. We all have the sanitizers on campus, hand washing stations. We distributed rapid test kits to all students who wanted them. We still We did that in early on January, early February. So that was available to us as well. And we continue to ask if your student has symptoms, you know, utilize the tree of symptoms and then report to school so we can help keep everybody as safe as possible. So there may be new guidelines that come out next week. There's rumors of new guidelines next week, but even though you've heard guidelines changing for maybe the state, but at the school level, it's still pretty much the same. Masks are still being worn indoors. Out on campus, it's optional. And speaking of masks, we did distribute KN95 masks to all students and staff over the last 2 weeks. Each student and staff got 5 KN95 masks. They are not mandatory. Some kids were asking, do I have to wear this style of mask? The answer was no. It was just another layer of protection if they wanted it. And we know that they could be pricey, so we were able to get those to our students and staff in a really timely manner. All right, so with COVID, you know, like I said, it was the cases had a big uptick of late. This flyer here was emailed out. It's been shared on our Sunday calls. This is new COVID testing opportunities. You can see here for our BrookAnna families, it's on Thursday here at Savanna High School, just out in front of our auditorium between 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. It is just walk on up and they take care of it. Yesterday was our very, very first day. As I was leaving at about 5, they said not one person had showed up yet, but I hope as the afternoon kept going, there were some takers. If Thursday doesn't work for you, you can go to any of these other sites as well to get that COVID testing and get all set up. So good stuff there. You can register through the QR code. And again, we'll keep pushing this out to support our community. All right. So Savanna updates, my turn. I've been talking the whole time. Attendance has been great. Again, now that we're past the COVID, those first 4 or 5 weeks, attendance for students was low, and so was for staff. It was a really tricky time. Although the kids that were here, getting to class on time was a struggle. We have majority of our kids back now. We have a majority of our staff back now. However, we still have kids not getting to class. So that's a bothersome piece for me. I've been harping to our students for weeks on Rebel TV on Fridays, get to class. So we implemented something this week to sort of maybe jumpstart that. We did a tardy sweep on Tuesday, 3rd period. We asked all of our teachers to close your doors when the bell rang, and we were able to round up the kids that didn't make it to class on time. We got about 60 kids that didn't make it to class on time. I have to say, parents, your kids were super polite, even though they were receiving a consequence, having a detention, a chat. They were amazingly gracious. They were thankful. They were just super polite. I mean, as a principal, it was amazing to see. I hope it trickles down. We'll continue to do tardy sweeps if necessary to lower this tardy situation. So that's one thing going on. But everything, campus culture is amazing. Kids are super positive. We're kicking off into our playoffs for sports. And yesterday we had our first girls soccer game for quite some time, and they won. So we're really excited. They play tomorrow at 2 o'clock on the road. We have our boys soccer playing tonight at 5 o'clock down in Laguna Beach. We're wishing them nothing but the best. And we have boys basketball home tonight. And we have girls basketball home tomorrow night. If you're interested in attending those girls or boys basketball games, tickets are required, and it's all through an app called Go Fans, and Mr. Trujillo will push it out, already has. So anyway, it's no cash at the door. You must have a ticket via the CIF Go Fans app. So just a heads up on there. If you're coming, we'd love to see you in red, decked out, hollering, hooping, and just supporting our Rebels. I want to thank all of our families who participated early on in November. I didn't get to see you guys personally who were part of our WASC visit. Our WASC visit was a success, partially because of the awesome parents, awesome students, awesome staff. Collectively, we had a great review. We received our letter that we received a 3-year pass, basically, which allows us then to be revisited in 3 years for a full visit. This was what was called a mid-cycle review. WASC is an accreditation, and they come every 6 years. Oftentimes they come halfway through on a 3-year visit. And that's what we just had. I just want to thank everybody for participating. And if you didn't participate, I think your voice was still heard. And it was great because the chair who was running the visit constantly said, I've never heard families and students speak so highly of the family approach, the opportunities that you offer here at Savanna, the support. So I just know I'm so thankful. As a principal, I want that family feel, and you guys spoke to that. So I appreciate that. I'm sure it's the same thing down over at Brookhurst. You know, we are halfway through our 3rd quarter. Just last week was progress reports last Friday. So we'll be pushing to another 5 weeks here, and then we'll have our end of the 3rd quarter. And then we have at the end, you'll see my dates about spring break. But for our, you know, it's I was talking to some of the seniors, you know, I can't believe the senior year is moving right along so quickly. The warm weather out feels like it's already almost spring break and summertime. So that makes me think of how do you memorialize a great year back in person? The yearbook is an awesome opportunity there, especially for our seniors who want to capture. There's only 75 left, and they're $90 a piece. So if you're interested in grabbing one of those, please do so before they are gone. So across the United States, we have a week here. We're always talking about saying no to drugs. It's not just a week, it's not just a campaign, but we have a specific week of time here in February 21st through the 24th that we'll be really putting lots of effort into educating our young people regarding tobacco use and vaping and e-cigarettes and so on and so forth. It is a tremendous problem here in Orange County, and we're doing our darndest to mitigate that. If you have a student who's struggling with that, we have resources to help them work through that. But we want you to know that we are want to support, and we know it's a tough time for lots of folks right now, and we want to support them getting through that habit because it has life consequences. And then you can see the spring break dates there as we get closer to March. Just wanted you for planning purposes, you see our spring break dates. Spring break dates. It used to be tied to the end of the 3rd quarter. This year it is not, and we're excited about that. Here are some photos of the last couple of weeks here of Rebels in action. We've got a basketball picture up here. We've got some soccer players, girls soccer. We have our adult transition students here and doing some vocabulary lesson. We have our Mandarin kids building kites, getting ready for the Lunar New Year that we celebrated, the Year of the Tiger. We have our construction kids working on a drywall project. Pretty cool to see. And then we kicked off our esports this year, and we had our first preseason competition just the other day. We scrimmaged a school in the state of Michigan. Pretty interesting. And I'm going to proudly say we beat them 4-0. We were super excited. So hats off to our esports that are rolling and all of our great things happening in our classes. All right, Ms. Trujillo, PTSA is all you.
Yes, so I, along with our PTSA, we're super excited to, after 2 years, having our first in-person student recognition night for our students. That's going to take place on Tuesday, April 19th. We're going to have it out in our beautiful new quad. We're going to have the support of our band and possibly our folklorico group to help us out with this night. And we'll be honoring hundreds of our students. So right now we're in the process of getting it out to our teachers, and our teachers will be sending us those names. So as soon as we have all the names, we'll make sure to be sending out that information to our students and to our parents. But we're just super excited and just want to make sure and give a shout out to our PTSA that has supported us this school year. They during this week for National Counseling Week, they did a beautiful breakfast for our counselors. And so if you are not a PTSA member yet, I highly encourage you to support our PTSA. They do great work for us. They One of the things that they do are the senior scholarships. And so the deadline for your seniors to get a PTSA membership is actually today. So, and that'll be able for them to apply to the PTSA scholarship. So if you have a senior, they can come and see me in the Parent Center, room 3, or they can do the QR code that I've been sending every week through our Savanna weekly newsletter. So again, I just wanted to give PTSA a shout out. We can go on to the next one. I think we have one more. And I also wanted to invite all of our BrookAnna community to our amazing ballet folklorico under the leadership of one of our parent ambassadors, the amazing Señora Esther Franco, the director of this ballet folklorico group. They are going to be having their 22nd anniversary recital at the Kennedy Center for Performing Arts. So that, and there's several groups. There's, you know, from little ones to moms. There's a group of moms that dances. There's students, and there's also going to be the participation of a lot of our Savanna teachers and staff, district teachers and staff. So it's going to be a beautiful event, and we just wanted to make sure that we started plugging it in early. That'll be on the 23rd on a Saturday from 5 to 8 p.m. if you're able to join us. I think that's it for me.
Thank you, Maria. Gear Up can go next. So my name is Hani Herrera. I'm the Gear Up coordinator. For those of you parents who have not met me yet, I've been with your Gear Up students who are currently 10th graders at Savanna since they were in 7th grade at Brookhurst. So yay, it's been 3 years. I can't believe it. And I'm here with my colleague, Natalie Gonzalez. Natalie, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, thank you, Miss Herrera. Good morning, parents. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Natalie Gonzalez, and I am Gear Up's Family Engagement Coordinator. So you've probably received emails, calls. If you are a 10th grade parent, right, you've probably receiving messages from me. Thank you all for being here, and we'll provide more information in a bit.
Thank you, Natalie. So some of the things that are happening this semester, and I would say one of our most important service that we are doing right now for the students is academic tutoring. Since we know that at the start of this semester, a lot of students were out.
Honey, I don't know
Did
if it's
she
just me.
freeze? Oh,
We can't hear Honey, right?
yeah.
To 4 p.m. at the library at Savanna. So if you were not aware of this, please be sure to send your students. And also another really fun activity that we're planning to do is during spring break, we are going to be doing field trips to different colleges and universities. So if you would like your student to participate and they are a 10th grade student at Savanna, I'll put the link in the chat box so they can sign up. And yeah, that's happening with students. And then in regards to parents, I'll let Natalie take it away.
Yes, thank you. I did want to share that we have an upcoming workshop for this month. This workshop is not just for our 10th grade Gear Up parents, but it's actually available for all. So if you are interested, please, we will be hosting this one virtually. Just as things start to settle in, we'll try to offer more in-person events. But for this month, we will be having a transcript review workshop where you'll have the opportunity to learn about what a transcript is, and you get to review example transcripts so that you know how to look at your child's transcript, especially if they're a 9th grader or moving forward, right? We want to make sure that our students are on track for graduation, so that's helpful for you all. That workshop will be on Thursday, February 24th at 5:30. The Zoom link is down below in the flyer. I'll go ahead and share that over to Miss Adriana and Maria so that they can send that over to you all. But that's all we have for families this month. We'll keep updating you guys as the months come with following workshops and events that we have to offer for you all. Thank you.
And then to close the loop on Europe and ETS, unfortunately, the ETS rep could not be here this morning, but I can update you. So ETS stands for Educational Talent Search, and it's a program very similar to Europe that provides academic and college preparation and readiness for students. And the great thing about ETS is that they work with students from any grade level. So if it doesn't matter if your student is in 10th grade, 9th grade, 11th, 12th, they're all qualified to participate. And they're at Savanna, I believe, at the Student Center on Tuesdays. I know he for sure is there on Tuesdays. And I don't know if the counselor knows another date that he's there, but I know that for sure he's there Tuesday. So if you would like your student to get involved with the pre-college program, Tuesdays and Thursdays, thank you, Abril. Please send your student to the Student Center at Savanna so they can talk to ETS and they can help them fill out the application. I know that they're still recruiting students and they have a lot of free events and really great opportunities. I know for the summer, they do a residential summer program at Cal State Fullerton. So it's also a really amazing program to be part of.
Hi, guys. My name is, oh, am I going or no?
Brooke, 1 second. I just want to make sure, honey, did you wrap up? It's okay, you got muted real quick.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Yes, Miss Angie, you are up.
Thank you, Mr. Pulley. So my name is Angie Gomez. I'm with the City of Anaheim Project SAY program. There's different components to Project SAY. One of them is leadership at the Brookhurst Community Center, which is located at Brookhurst Park next to Brookhurst Junior High. We're only open Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 2 to 6. However, we have been having staffing issues, so sometimes we have to close. So the best way to keep in touch is really through Instagram to see the most updated leadership events and opportunities. I invite you to ask your kids if they need community service, and if they do, come with us. We do have a new program every Wednesday where they could mentor little kids from kinder to 5th. And it's such a very powerful program to volunteer in. They really have fun. We do activities, games, sports with the little ones, and the high schoolers and the middle schools really just do such a good job with the little ones. So if they need community services, please come to the teen room Wednesdays at 4 o'clock. Another component we also do in Project SAY is case management. And case management is more for students who need a little bit more support, like a little push in the right direction. It's a little bit more intensive. And with case management, it would be one-on-one with me every week and as a family once a month. And I will connect with resources, help family in whatever they need help in, and kind of just be a support not only to the student, but also to the guardians. And I wanted to let everybody know that we also are having a new teen room being built. It should be done by November, which I'm really excited because our section was the only one who didn't have a real teen room. We only get a space with tables and chairs. So now we're having a real teen room from Brookhurst and Savanna. Oh yes, good morning, Ms. Lena. So what I wanted to say is that if you ever have a question in regards to city resources, I'm gonna put my cell phone in the chat. Please feel free to call me. I will call you back, leave a message. I cannot always answer, but I will always call you back. So if you have any questions in regard to city resources or the Brookhurst Teen Center, or your child just needs more support, please do not hesitate to call. I am here for you guys. I love Brookhurst and Savanna. They're amazing school with good admin, good counselors. So you guys are very lucky to have them. Thank you.
And we know it's National Counseling Week, but what you do over at Angie too is a very great form of counseling and being supportive and offering great resources. So thank you to you as well. And it's always great to have you here on campus and part of our team. All right, let's keep rolling here. Brookhurst.
All right, and I'd like to echo that as well with Angie. She does an amazing job, and I'm just amazed at how the students respond to her. And I mean, she builds those relationships, and I mean, it's wonderful to see that students have that sense of trust with her, and they're able to talk to her about anything. And And it's just nice, you know, when she's able to connect with them, and you know, you see the magic happening. So thank you very much, Angie. We appreciate you here. All right, so with Brookhurst, same thing, you know, pretty similar to Savanna. I've been seeing a pretty much a growth in tardiness in, you know, some of our in between classes, and so we will be having tardy sweeps beginning next week. What we will do, though, ours might be a little bit different than Savannah's. So what we will do this coming week is this weekend, Miss Soto will be sending out a message to parents just to inform them that, you know, we will be having tardy sweeps. The first one we will have is on Wednesday, the 16th. And so what will happen is, just like Mr. Pooley was talking about, we will have all the doors closed, and any student that, you know, is outside, they will come to our quad area where I will have a quick talk with them about, you know, the importance of, you know, being on time, and, you know, just kind of trying to do it in a way to, you know, in a way to help them understand that, you know, being on time not only helps them now, it helps them in the future. And it also doesn't cause the disruptions, you know, for the teachers and the respect. And then, so what will happen then after that, we will send them back to class, hoping that for the following week, we will have another one. And this one, the same thing, will be on a Wednesday. But this one, if this is their second time, you know, being caught or swept up, then they will lose a privilege of, you know, us having that Friday where we will dismiss all those students that have been, you know, on time. They will then be able to go to lunch, you know, 5 minutes earlier, and the other students will leave, you know, their class until it's the actual time. So we're just trying to do it in a manner where, you know, we want them to, you know, just to understand, but also change that behavior of tardiness. So, you know, we're finding ways. And then, of course, we will continue on with the tardies. But at the same time, what we will do is every 2 weeks, we will just start fresh, just so that they have that understanding that, hey, you know what, maybe in the next 2 weeks, I can, you know, change that, you know, behavior of being late. And it's just, you know, we want to give them all those, that opportunity to, you know, to be able to start brand new, instead of saying, oh, well, you know, I'm already on the list, I'm done, you know, and now I don't care. So we just want to make sure that we give them that opportunity. Okay, next thing is the talent show auditions for students and staff. So I know that Ms. Soto is going to be performing in in the talent show. So, you know, you're all invited. You know, I don't know if she's going to dance or what kind of talent she's going to perform, but she'll be there. You know, next week, students, they can pick up their audition forms. You know, we just want to have something fun for them. I know that some of our staff will also be performing as part of the talent show, but we just want to do something different, you know, for the students. And that was from our drama teacher, who, you know, we were going to have the another maybe drama performance, theater performance, but she decided to go in the direction of a talent show. So, you know, first time, see what happens. You know, hopefully we can build on that, and we'll see where I believe that maybe we can, depending on, you know, everything that's going on. Hopefully we'll be able to have, you know, parents also invited, you know, in our gym, and, you know, make it to where, you know, we're able to spread people around and make it safe for everyone. So, you know, we just want to try it out and see what's going on, and then of course make those adjustments as we go. All right, next one is our 5-star. We're going to be, we have a program. What we ended up doing was purchasing iPads for all of our teachers, as well as our campus safety. And pretty much the 5-star app is where students, instead of getting a written pass to go to the restroom, all they have to do is, you know, put in their information, like their ID number. You click on, you know, student pass to the restroom, and then they go. And then, of course, our campus safety will be able to look at their iPad and determine, oh, where's your pass, or what's your name? Oh, so and so. Okay, I got you. And they check them off, just to make sure that we're able to control students, you know, just, you know, wandering around, walking, and, you know, with no pass. So, We're slowly working with that. Eventually, yes, we are using that as well for those students that that are checking in for maybe clubs, for sports, dances, any type of after school activity. We want to start using that just so that we can, of course, collect that data, and also just to have it there just in case, well, I came here and I didn't this or that, or with parents, was my child there, at the after school event, and we look, yes, they checked in. All right, perfect. So, we want to work, together on this so that hopefully we integrate it as part of our overall systems, not only for this year, but also for next year, and able to take that to the next level. All right, next thing is our heads up checkup. This is for 7th grade. What we're trying to do is we want to do a mental health screening for 7th graders. And this is brought on from the district that was able to secure funds for that for all of our schools. I know it's going to go slowly, to different schools within the district. Luckily, we got ours in March, for March. So parents should be receiving a message from the district office about, pretty much attending a meeting virtually. There was one this morning, I believe, at 8:30. There will be another one at 5:30 today. And then we also have it on the 22nd. I would highly encourage parents to, look into it, see what it's about, and be informed. And the reason for this is because of everything that's been going on, not only here in our district, but nationwide with our students, their mental health. And this is a screening where students might take, I think it's like a 10 to 15 question survey. And from that, then they kind of can determine, where they're at socially, emotionally. And then from there, if we have a student that might be in crisis, that would be an opportunity where we will have people here from the district that will be able to intervene and work with those students. And then, of course, go through the process of then finding resources for those students. So it's a program that, I'm totally on board. I only want what's, of course, best for our students. And, sometimes, they might not tell their parents. They might, be more open here in school. And that way, if they need that help, we're able to assist them. I don't know where it's gonna, at Savanna they're gonna do it, but I don't know what grades. That could be something Mr. Pooley can answer later on. But for us, it's going to be coming in March. So if you haven't received an email, your child is a 7th grader, please contact Ms. Soto. That way we can send you the link, or maybe she can put the link on, or what have you. That way, if you are interested, please, that would be great. Okay, it's only for junior high. Okay, I thought it
Yes.
was for high school.
Dr. Cruz, for the heads up checkup, yes, Dr. Cruz
Yeah.
presented on our FACES meeting, and for now, it's for junior high.
Junior high, okay, great. Thank you for that. All right, and the next thing is we have it says COCO there, and let me briefly explain what that means. That's our community cohort that will be guided by our restorative justice person that we have here on our campus. It's a new program that she would like to implement here at Brookhurst. And it's pretty much, maybe a cohort of 8 to 10 7th grade girls, and another one 8 to 10 cohort for 8th grade girls. And pretty much some of the topics that she wants to talk and discuss with students are kind of connecting with each other, the importance of empathy, stereotypes, body messages, giving voice to feelings, and just having them talk about different topics, different areas that affect a young lady's life. And so we just want to make sure that we're providing all of these resources for our students, and so this is one. And then I know that our social worker here, Miss Darlene De Silva, she will also have another cohort, but we want to make sure that we're offering it, of course, to all of our students. So The referrals can be, made by teachers, office staff, campus safety, community partners, admin. And it's a way to build that community within our school. Okay. All right. And then we, unfortunately, we don't have any teams in CIF because we don't compete at that level, but I think our boys would compete very well with our Savanna boys. So maybe one day we can do a little match in between, Mr. Pooley. But I know that you're going to have a great group of students that are heading over, student athletes. Okay, and for me, the importance of student athletes is what I did this. Sorry, Mr. Rubio, staff versus staff won't work because my knee is blown. So I can barely walk right now. But what would be great is for them to understand the importance of being a student athlete. So what we did this year, especially this third quarter, I'm slowly working with those students, is I brought them all in. I told them the importance of being, once the bell rings, they go straight to the locker room to change and be ready. Because if they are late, then that's going to affect them as they start playing sports or the games. And so, the coach can determine, hey, if you're on the no-go list, then you can either not play the first half of the game or one game, or, and we're limited in games. So I want them to show, to understand that responsibility as they move on to Savanna, the importance of not only, being on time, but also making sure that their grades are up so that they're eligible, and also showing that respect for their coach, when they're practicing and playing. And so hopefully as we go through this year and next year, those student athletes, will be ready to go when they hit Savanna and start playing on those teams that, it's very important for many of our students. And I'm so happy that they're able to compete now and be out there and, of course, be kids. So for us, we have our sports this quarter will be boys soccer, girls basketball, and boys and girls cross country. I know we've already had a few scrimmages for cross country, and boy, it's amazing to see, them just running, and you're like, wow, I wish I could do that, but unfortunately, I can't run that far. And but it's nice to see that our athletes are ready to go. And then finally, we have the Stop It app. The Stop It app, of course, is an app that we're using here on our campus if a student would like to report something that they saw, that they heard. And it's anonymous to where, we receive the message and we're able to, of course, investigate it right after once we receive it, and make sure that, everyone's safe, or whatever, occasion, anything that happens, we're able to investigate. So it's very important that, we continue to promote that for our students. We have received, quite a number of messages from students, informing us of something that had happened, they had seen. And of course, they want to do the right thing. So, of course, we always, encourage that for our students. I know it's not there, but we also want to promote next week. We also are promoting our Kindness Week. We're going to have activities all next week. One day is a dress-up day, another day, different activities for students, just to promote Kindness Week is very important. For our GLLA students, we were going to have an obra de teatro, and that was supposed to be coming up next week, but it was postponed until, I believe, March. So our students are, very excited to be a part of Savanna. And so we will postpone it, I guess, until March. And I believe that, GLLAs from both have already communicated that message to students. Also, finally, to finish up here, we're also going to have 8th graders start taking health this coming year. So one of the big things, a big push, is that, we will have health during this summer. And so we would encourage, all of our students, or as many as we can, to sign up to take summer school for, health class, just to get it out of the way. And of course, they can then leave, move that out of their schedule and able to take other electives during the school year. So if possible, we will start promoting that pretty soon. But our overall goal, of course, is to give them that opportunity to take it over the summer, and we'll house it here at Brookhurst and allow them to come take the class, and now get it out of the way, and now the rest of the school year is for them to take. All right, next slide. And our next slide is, of course, Spartans in action. Very quickly, we have students there from the band. We have our performers in our drama class, our theater, and I mean, they're talk about talented. Wow, I went to one of their performances, I believe it was last month, and they're the ones that created produced the whole thing. So they wrote it, performed it. It was on topics that students or teenagers want teachers and adults to listen to their message, and it was very powerful. I thought, I was like, wow, I never thought as a parent, they want me to hear this or this about them or what they're feeling. So great job. And then of course we have circles there where we're trying to build community within the school, within the classroom. And I believe both of them are drama there, where we have tutoring during class session. So these are all great opportunities for our students. The number one goal is to offer as many opportunities for our students, not only here at Brookhurst, but over at Savanna as well. So when we do this, we're not only taking us into consideration, but our students as they move on and transition over to Savanna High School, where I know they have an abundance of opportunities and resources for them. And with that, I will pass it on to Ms. Pineda.
Ms. Pineda, are you available or might be muted?
Sorry, I am muted. Thank you. Good morning, Ms. Pineda. Buenos días a todos. I'm going to go ahead and start talking about course selection for our current 7th graders. And I'm going to try to be quick just because I know that Savanna counselors are also going to need to go through the same process. So I figure the best way is use the what, where, when, who, and how. So I'm going to just go through that. So students are going to be selecting their classes for the 22-23 school year through their math classes, starting on the 15th of February. So we're going to go into the classes next week to explain the process to them. They're going to have a course selection card, and they're also going to enter their classes through Aries. So the parents' main role is to really, after the 16th, because they're going to have some time, we're going to go back into the classroom on the 22nd to review the students' cards and Aries courses that they entered. But the main thing that I want to bring up today is for parents to go ahead and Adriana, would you, or anyone who's working with the slides, click on the course selection card so I can so parents can see. So this is the course selection card, and it's bright green. You can't miss it in your children's binders, backpacks. This is the card that you will have the opportunity to review with them. As Mr. Amancio mentioned about our current 7th graders needing help, there are 6 options in terms of how students take health. And on here, you can see the different options. If they do select to take it on campus, then they would have to select different options in terms of what they take along with health. So health will be 1 semester, and then they have to take another class with that. So those are the options that they'll have, and it's very important that you go over that with your children, because of course, if they do not take it on campus, especially if they take it online, you want to monitor that they are completing the work. You want to see what you're committing to and what your child is committing to. If they're going to do it on a Saturday academy or summer, you need to be able to make sure that they're going to be attending. And in terms of selecting the classes, this card is, you know, it has 2 sides. Make sure that you go through and read carefully. The classes that your student signs up for, they're for the full year. Sorry, I wasn't sure if there was a question. Okay, so classes are for the full year. So please make sure that you read the list of courses, and if you can click, whoever is presenting, if you can click on the link as well for the list of courses. It says course selective course description. If you can click on that, just so that parents can get an idea of what I'm talking about. So that's what the list of courses looks like. And so it's a yellow form so that you know what you're looking for. It has the description for all the courses that your children have access to for next year. And then if you can, please make sure that you sign once you work with your children to complete the form. If you can please go ahead and sign the course selection form and send it in before the 22nd, because we're going to be going into the classroom starting the 22nd to review those courses with your children and make sure that they have entered the correct courses in Aries. So that's our short presentation. Please let me know if you have any questions. Thank you. Sorry for covering it so fast. I just want to make sure that you know, everyone else has enough time.
Thank you,
Thank
Ms.
you.
Pineda.
Thank you so much, Ms. Pineda. So we want to wait to take questions at the end. I'm going to go through this process for Savanna rather quickly as well. I'd like to share my screen so that I can walk the parents to our website so that I can show them what
Yes,
our
please.
course selection
I'll stop.
program looks like. So if we
yours.
can get the host to allow me to share my screen, that would be great.
I made your co-host Ms. Hatzis, so you should be able to.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. Fabulous. Yes. All right, everyone. So now you should be able to see my screen, correct? Great. Okay, so on our Savanna website, savanna.auhsd.us, for any parents who are interested to know what happened with course selection at Brookhurst, here's what we did. All right, so we have everything here on our website. When you get to our website, you can scroll down to counseling, and then from there you can click on course selection and registration, And all of our information for course selection is housed here. Of course, registration has not happened yet, but once we have that information ready for you, we'll post that here for you. All right, so course selection. So we started in January all the way through February, going into classrooms and meeting with students for course selection. At Brookhurst, we've been in the classrooms at least twice, and some classrooms will be going in 3 times. So what we're doing this month is going in to make sure the students have completed their course selection form, and most of your students have, thankfully, and to make sure that they have the correct courses listed on their ARIES academic plan. So what we've provided you here are the 3 steps to course selection. We have step 1, which is completing the 6-year plan, which all of your students were able to do, giving them an idea of how to plan for the next 6 years from 7th, 8th, all the way 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. That's what we call it, a 6-year plan. So that's an ongoing plan. You can view a sample plan, you know, at your leisure. Everything is linked here for you. And that's an ongoing plan that we review with students every single year. Step 2 is students need to go in and actually complete their course selection form. And the course selection forms are unique to each grade level. All right, so if you're the class of 2026 or incoming freshmen, then your course selection form is right here. And we have a sample of it here for you, so you can see what it looks like. The students, you know, fill in all the questions here, their personal information, what their plans are after high school, the top career field they're interested in, and so on. And then we go into program sections where they can select different programs they might be interested in, like AVID, GLLA, band. We ask them if they are interested in programs like the Medical Academy, or joining Puente, or joining AVID, and we provide them information about that when they click yes, that they're interested. We also have the courses that are specific to only the incoming 9th graders on this form. So we have our English courses listed here, our math courses listed here, science and PE options. Then of course, all our students need to take health. Students in special programs like GLLA and AVID will have the opportunity to take health over the summer. So we offer that as well. And there are also online e-learning options as well during the school year. So we go over all of that with your child. The PE options, the athletic choices. We want your student to definitely participate in sports if that's what they're interested in doing. So we give them that option, and of course the marching band option as well. At Savanna, we have so many electives, so many electives. So we ask our students to select 3 top choices in the area of world language, or in the area of visual performing arts, or in the area of career education, right? So our students get to look at all of these elective choices and make their top 3 choices. And then we keep that information to be able to provide a schedule for them. Then we also ask them to select things like ASB, or student year leadership in yearbook, cheer, color guard, if they're interested in that. And then they are asked to submit this to us. The copy of this goes to their email. They all have it in their email, and they can come back and they can make changes to this form up until March 4th. March 4th is our solid deadline to have course selection completed. So we really would like it done before March 4th, but March 4th is our in-house hard deadline for our students. So that's the course selection form. We also have a course selection video presentation that you can watch and follow along as you're completing this course selection form. This was all shared with your students in class at least twice. And then below, we have a video. I'm not going to go over it today because I want to definitely leave time for questions for parents, because I know there are many parents here with questions. But the video explains exactly in detail how our students put their courses into ARIES, into the ARIES academic plan. And like I said, I'm going out to the classrooms again next week, and most of your students have completed this already. You are welcome to have your students log into the ARIES academic planner and show you what they have listed there, as well as ask them to find their course selection form in their email to go through that together. Okay. So that's what I have for you today. I'm going to stop sharing my screen.
Can I briefly talk about Puente and Avid? I saw a question on the chat about Puente versus Avid.
Of course.
Thank you. So parents, the Avid program is a program that starts at 7th grade and goes all the way through 12th grade. With the Avid program, and again, this is very brief, so there will be a parent orientation with more details. But the Avid program focuses on like providing the students some academic support. So there are tutors in the classroom. And then of course they do all the college going guidance, right? They talk about the 4 systems, they talk about A through G, they talk about career information and so on and so forth. The Puente program, and we do not want students in both programs because that allows more students to take advantage of these pre-college opportunities. With the Puente program, they don't need to give up an elective in their schedule. So I know the Avid students, many of them end up taking 0 periods, so they can take 2 electives when they're in high school. When your students are in high school, they don't get 2 electives. They only have 6 periods. And so they have to take 5 required classes plus 1 elective unless they do other things like going to summer school or take a 0 period. With the Puente program, the student doesn't take a Puente elective. Their Puente class is also their English class, which is already part of their schedule. Puente does not have academic support the way that Avid does. So there will not be any tutors in the classroom helping them with their homework, like they're used to doing tutorials. The focus with Puente is writing. So this is a program for students that either need to work on their writing, but also students that are good writers and want to continue to improve that skill. So that in a sense is a little bit of the difference between Puente and Avid. I do apologize, I have not been able to work on recruitment, but I will send something out to both the counselors at the junior highs, both Brookhurst and Dale, as well as to the families. So you will receive an email from me regarding the next steps for the process. So normally I'll send you the information on email. Then due to COVID, we're gonna have our meeting online. And then after we have the meeting and I receive the applications for the students, then you will be given another link to have an interview. So all students in the Puente program do have to go through an interview.
We had a parent that asked a question, how do we know which classes our students need to select? So on our course selection form, we have courses outlined by college prep, honors, or e-learning. So your student would select a course based on, what they feel they're prepared for. They're feeling they're prepared for honors courses, they can select the honors course. If they feel they're not ready for an honors level course, then they can choose the college preparatory course. And if students want to try an e-learning course, that was explained to them in class that those are courses for students that really don't need a lot of one-on-one guidance from their teacher, because the course is completely virtual. It is completely virtual. They are not in a classroom for that subject. They would be expected to log into their computer, work on their own time to finish that course. So if students are interested in e-learning courses, that's also listed there in their course selection. So their clearly defined. The courses are clearly defined, and it's up to the student and the parent. And the student can also ask their teacher for recommendations on what do you think I should take for which level of math and which level of science and English and so forth. But the courses are clearly defined by either a regular course, college preparatory course, or the honors, advanced placement, or e-learning if it's available. So hopefully that answered that question. And I want to make sure I'm giving parents a chance to ask all their questions. I want to see if there's any that
I
we
see another
missed.
question, Ms. Hajiz, in Spanish.
what is
It says, Ms. Mejia, my son let me know that they've already chosen their classes and they've already filled out that application. But how about summer school? When would that process start, and how do they apply for summer school?
Yes, so our students who are in GLLA and AVID will automatically receive the information for the health class over the summer, since they're going to have that opportunity, so that they don't have to take an additional course in their 9th grade year. Now, summer school information, we just are not putting that out yet until we have all of the information from the district. So I'm anticipating sometime in mid-March, we'll be having that information out. And then we'll post that in all channels, right? So we're not ready to submit or to put that information out to parents yet.
There's another question in the chat that says, is the Brookhurst Health class offered online over the summer?
Hi, so the plan is to offer health over the summer. My understanding that they're pushing for that to happen in person. Again, we're not sure yet of the specifics in terms of the summer classes that will be available, and whether they'll be online or in person. More information to come. As soon as we get the information, we'll provide that to the parents and the students. So I would advise to just check the messages, the weekly messages. Thank you.
Parents, are there any other questions? We know you have them.
So I'm going to go ahead and stop recording just to let all of our participants know.